Gosh, this opening theme is just so good. Let's get my second screen up and running, and we can get started with continuing this case. Get started with continuing. What a oxymoron that is. Okay. We'll send out my notifications. And then we can get started. Okay. Oh, happy Beltane. Welcome, Lycosone. I hope you're having a good evening. We're gonna get started here. We're on our day 3 investigation, which is very exciting. Chat, a few quick announcements. I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit on my microphone. It's peaking again. Okay, there we go. A few quick announcements about the streams this week. Hello, welcome, Glebov. This Sunday, I need to go get my second COVID shot. I'm still getting it several states away, so tomorrow evening I will be in another state at my parents' house. They are kind enough to allow me to stream while I'm there, but we are going to be doing, 2 Ace Attorney streams this week, so I don't have to lug the PS4 down to, down several states away. I worry about taking it in the car and, you know, it'll be fine. So instead of doing Ace Attorney and Persona 5 this week, we will just be having 2 Ace Attorney streams. Next week, we're going to have an extra stream for Pokemon Snap. So hopefully you guys are excited to see the new Pokemon Snap game as much as I am. Yeah. Ooh. Baked apples and mead. That sounds absolutely lovely. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? You're so mad you didn't get the chance to run out and get your copy of Snap today, and it sounds like a good plan for streams. Yeah, it's not that I don't want to stream Persona 5 this week, it's more a matter of it isn't available on PC, and I just worry about it. You ended up with a 101 fever from your vaccine. Oof. That sounds like a lot. Hopefully I just get a headache this time and it isn't too bad. My first shot was fine. But for now, let's jump back into it. A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I mean, it's possible. I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently, but he'd never take someone's life. Never! Nick. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? if you'll remember from last time, they actually did quite well. Oh, hello everyone. Cube? Cube? Cube, 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 cube. Well, hello to the Cube Squad. Welcome. I had him swooning in the aisles. Huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yes, I remember feeling faint. Yeah, welcome to all the newcomers. Happy Beltane if you celebrate it. And we're getting right into the third day of investigations for those of you who are just coming in now. Right on. Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Yeah, well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two? Wait, is this the part where Phoenix reveals part of his tragic backstory? Well, I don't know, Technicolor Dusty. I guess we're gonna have to see. I think you can do better than that. Come on. I saved Edgeworth out there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. I mean, yeah, you did good, Larry, but, like, you gotta rub it in. Larry, you really helped out at the trial today. You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Hello, welcome Ed as well. Good to see y'all. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? I am this game's equivalent of chat. But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about last night? Nick? I don't know, but what I do know is I'm gonna believe in you two until the end. You resent that we are Larry. I'm not saying it in a mean way. Larry is very useful. Without Larry, we would never be able to save Edgeworth. Us two? Edgeworth and... who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kinda a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Oh, and the music has completely cut out. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yeah, in grade school. They saved me. Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? What? Hey, Larry, what is he talking about? You guys think it's only a matter of time before Gumshoe gets accused of something? God, I hope not. Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I am going to hear this story, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? Let's hear about the class trial. You remember Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade. A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I had skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought that you did it. Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty. He did it. It was you, thief. Give the money back. You're such a meanie. Just admit you did it. We're not gonna play with you anymore. You shouldn't be allowed in the relay race or the library committee. Hey, did you rob the bank the other day too? Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal other people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought that I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad, I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money was stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. Miles. It wasn't you who stole the money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That's why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think of how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. And that's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Oh, yeah, well. I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought that I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Yeah, the teacher just assuming that he did it and, like, letting the class gang up on him, very cruel of her. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm gonna become a defense attorney just like my dad. A famous defense attorney. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him, I don't know how many times. He never replied. True, this game universe is a bit extreme in that, like, lawyers can sometimes get treated like celebrities in scandals. It's not even remotely unusual for the prosecution or the defense to, like, drill their witnesses on what they're supposed to say in a trial. Greetings.com. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it, though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? Yep. The whole reason that Phoenix Wright decided to become a defense attorney is to meet Edgeworth. There is no heterosexual explanation for this. Yeah, I kind of agree with Glebov there. That is quite an obsession. If I was a defense attorney, I knew I'd have to meet him whether he wanted it or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. Wicked blessed. Yeah, this is a very kind of blessed little backstory here. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick. Nick? We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. What evidence did you just clear, Phoenix? Oh, most of the Gordy stuff, because we handled that yesterday. So now we have the attorney's badge, Robert Hammond's autopsy report, the lake photo, Misty Faye, overhead map of Gourd Lake, the one mysteriously intact pistol bullet, The murder weapon fired 3 times with prints from Edgeworth's right hand. Metal detector. Oh, we still have Gumshoe's metal detector. The parrot. The DL6 case file with info on the death of Edgeworth's father. And, you swear if he ended up getting rid of something he needed. And the photo of the scene of the DL6 murder. So, I get the feeling we're gonna be solving that today. Let's go see if we can check on poor Edgeworth. December 27th, Detention Center Visitors Room. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth? I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you would do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Oh, you look so sad still. Oh, this is gonna get me. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals. I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we had all suffered from oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had not been of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. Yeah, honestly, his memory loss does sound a lot more like trauma than it does oxygen deprivation. Though I wouldn't be surprised if there was a somatic component to all of this. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. Honestly, I cannot even remotely blame him. We had the person who probably killed his father getting off scot-free. Yeah, I would want to make sure that every single criminal ended up in prison that needed to be there as well. it makes sense how an event like that could radicalize something. Well, radicalize someone, not something. Time for the worst part. Yeah. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. Well, that explains a lot. That really does explain a lot. Let me grab my water real quick. Asshole adoptive parents, it would appear so. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved, and not one suspect was declared innocent, ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it's impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty perfectly. Honestly, Edgeworth, I think that you're doing your job now better than Von Karma has ever done his. Edgeworth realized in the last case that Will Powers was innocent, and he actually worked to that effect near the end of the trial. The job of the lawyers in a perfect world isn't just to get their client innocent or guilty. It should be to seek the truth. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? So essentially, Von Karma believes that there's no way to be certain. You might as well just declare everyone guilty so no guilty man goes free. That does appear to be what Edgeworth is expressing. Von Karma is a perfectionist, and Von Karma is obsessed with getting everyone guilty verdicts. If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation which I find myself in, I'll admit. No kidding. Oh god, this music. This music gets me so sad. God. Alright. You love how in this case, Edgeworth has never yet directly stated that he didn't do it. Here's the thing, too. The thing that I think we can assume, not just about this case, but the previous one that Edgeworth was involved in, Edgeworth has no memory of what happened in that elevator. He has literally no way of knowing who did it. He's just under the assumption that it wasn't him. Well, that's depressing. Edgeworth also has a lot of self-hatred. Yeah, that much is very clear. December 27th, Gourd Lake Park entrance. Hey pal, no long time no see. No time long see? That's not how that works. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? The boy. Yeah, that's the thing. The bullet hole in the elevator door could have just as easily been an entry hole as an exit one. We don't know that yet, do we? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No prob, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. Farewell, Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. I guess Lotta is in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Wait a second, Gumballs, why are you even here? When the caretaker up and ran, this is the last place he'd go. Ah, but here's the thing. Did the caretaker leave his parrot behind? Watch, we gotta be defending Lotta next. That would be a hell of a case, considering her personality. December 27th. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore! Looks like the hot dog stand is closed, too. Are you going to cross-examine the fucking parrot today? I don't know. You'll have to stick around and see. Will Powers is gone. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Indeed. Guess Larry has today off. He was pretty happy about saving Mr. Edgeworth. True, we owe him big. Okay, let's go to the boat rental shop and see if the parrot is still here. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. I'd know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Ah, hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, Grossberg, why the fuck are you here? Excuse me? Why are you at the lake where one of your legal partners died? Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg? This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Sus indeed. Very sus. Let's see if Polly is here. Polly! And we can open his safe today. Nobody's home. Hello? Hello? Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello? Hello? I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot here to fend for himself. Hello? Hello? Ah. This man abandoned his parrot. That is true evil. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's going to hate me. No, I want the safe. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number for the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number for the safe? 1228. Ah. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aw. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. Polly, you traitorous strumpet. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in here. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick? Why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now is the time to get the revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond, how to frame Edgeworth, calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are the instructions for that caretaker. Actual lawyers would kill for this kind of evidence? Yeah, they really would. Oh boy. Oh boy, 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 boy. This is bad. What do you mean? What does it mean? I mean, it's pretty obvious what it means. It means the caretaker is the killer, but he got instructed to do it by somebody else. So somebody else is also guilty, but of solicitation of murder. When he killed Mr. Robert Hammond, he called out Edgeworth. He was following instructions. But who could have written that letters? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Also, is this shit handwritten? Because we could use that. That's sus as hell. Let's go show Edgeworth. I'm sure he'll be interested in knowing that somebody, is, doing this. You gonna share that with Gumshoe? Edgeworth first. I want to see his reaction. Also, I don't know where Gumshoe is right now. Edgeworth? Why does someone want revenge on you? Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge? On me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. We have already shown him the attorney's badge, yes. Could he be an innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then? Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the 2 men that ruined your life. 2 men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. The dots which are not being connected here. Hold on, Phoenix has a brain cell. Interesting theory, Glebov. Are we positive he didn't write it to himself? We know he has a bad memory. He does tell Polly everything he wants to remember, though. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Oh boy. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be on that elevator together 15 years ago. Anyone else want to talk about how, you know... Okay, hold on. Does anyone else want to talk about how incredibly fucked up it is? I mean, I kind of get if you want to blame Robert Hammond or whatever for making you look like you were insane. Because he got off of his culpability because of the oxygen deprivation. But why the fuck would you blame the 8-year-old? What does the child in the elevator have to do with it? That's my concern. I get it if you want to say this case ruined your life and you want to get rid of Robert Hammond, but it's a child. Damn brat, he's God damn it. That's true. A lot of people still think he's guilty. Everything we've spoken to is like, oh, you know, Yanni Yogi got off easy. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe. Quiet! I said quiet, you're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help! Get us out! Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. Oh no. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. Edgeworth, there's diagnoses for these things. That's called PTSD. It doesn't mean you're a murderer. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. Oh boy. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What are you? Stop breathing my air. No. Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from him! And somebody screams. And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. Okay, but the very worst thing in that incident would be if Edgeworth is the one who accidentally shot his father. It's either an accidental incident or at worst manslaughter. And he was 8. No court would ever convict this kid. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the past 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about it. Why can't I hug someone through the glass? Oh, God. Let's go, Pringles man. We need your help. Still feel kind of bad that he didn't get his painting back. Mr. Grossberg. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what happened, It's Mr. Edgeworth. He... I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father. It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder. What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, Well... Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real. Okay, but again, in the grand scheme of things, I can kind of understand if Yogi was already mentally unstable that he would blame an 8-year-old for this, but even in Japan, Edgeworth is under the age of culpability. He's a child in this case. As you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired and the deed was done. This is why you leave the safety on. Yeah, he sure as shit did not look mentally stable in the elevator. No. No. I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, why wasn't the safety on? I don't know. At least it wasn't a boomerang. No, it's not Sherlock on BBC with a fucking boomerang, did it? This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, we may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost, and died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called upon a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. The more you go down this line of thinking, the more fucked up it gets. By Grossberg's logic, Miles accidentally shot his father while trying to protect him. Then Gregory's ghost, realizing that his son would have been found guilty, decided that he would blame someone else so that his child would not be put in prison or blamed for his murder. That's a solid yikes if that was true. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That's Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son. It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless. You're calling that Von Karma is responsible. Well, how would Von Karma have done this? He wasn't even in the elevator. We don't even know if he was near the elevator. Oh god, we're almost at the point where Phoenix does something really stupid, aren't we? I will give you, Von Karma was in the Tort House. That is true. Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney. But he defended clients not for their sake, but his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait. What is it? This letter. Oh boy, what do you mean? I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Alright, can we talk about one thing? Whoever did this was stupid enough to handwrite the letter. They could have used a computer. They could have used a fucking typewriter. They didn't. They hand wrote it. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Primordial chaos brain time. Could it be Manfred von Karma? Why should Misty Faye be shamed out? Based on what you said in the trial, Yogi did it, but was affected by oxygen deprivation. That would be true. I think the public probably focused way more on the innocent verdict than anything else. I will also remind you that the person who was kind of responsible for her reputation falling apart was actually Red White. So. Von Karma. Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma. Von Karma. Wait. You're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting. I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means Edgeworth's adoptive father tried to kill him. Ah. Oh god. The one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... Correct. Manfred von Karma himself. What does this mean, then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? If it truly was Von Karma who wrote the letter, he would know the truth. We are about to do... My boy, we are about to embark on the stupidest decision of this entire case. Are you prepared for a worse experience than when Red White punched you directly in the face? 'Cause I am. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much in court tomorrow, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no. But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son.
Let's also add that onto the fucked up pile. Von Karma took in the son of the only man who slighted him in court, and then wanted to specifically hurt him and mold him into a version of himself to spite Edgeworth's dad. This case is so fucked up, guys. It's so fucked up. So would you agree that with Von Karma we can turn egg whites into an OT3?
What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the whole trial unscarred.
What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence.
Menage a trois of assholery! That's the ship name now. Oh, yeah, there's some interesting foreshadowing in this, monologue Grossberg has.
And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
A vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't even take vacations? Like go to the sea or, the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. Isn't he from Germany?
You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation away from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is gonna bring up Deal 6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to Deal 6? I won't let him.
Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
Ah, yes, right. I'm sorry for assuming that we were in the United States and manslaughter was a thing. I forgot. This is Japan. Fuck. Alright. I know that. I believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admitted it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty.
Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim to none.
I understand. The police materials. Oh boy. It's time to go do something very, very stupid. I'm gonna save first, even though it won't change anything, just because it makes me feel better. No, sorry. I do not need to talk to you yet.
The possibility of manufactured memories are just too high. We have real-world examples of that. Yes, there have actually been psychological studies done that prove that even just altering the language with which you describe something to someone can affect their memory. It could make someone remember a car accident as being more severe if you say the word smashed. It's a lot. And that's just a scientific study, as an example. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. Should I give this guy an Adachi voice? Like a Fithers Adachi voice? Too late, I'm doing it. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. Yeah, it's gonna be as awful as possible. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, now, I can't just have anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Oh, fuck. Oh, sweet mother of fuck. No, this guy has to be someone like Adachi, because no one who isn't Adachi would do something so chaotic. Von Karma? Yes. He just arrived, actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry. Thank you, Adachi. I hope you enjoyed my horrific rendition of your voice. It sounds nothing like him, and that's the joke. December 27, Police Department Records Room. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. Here are files collected case reports. Can't do the Adachi ASMR voice. I mean, I can try, but I don't know if I can really get Fithers' voice down for that. You know, the one that's like, hey, I'm gonna cut your hair. Von Karma's in the records room right now. I can't really do it as well as he can. I don't know how he does it. Yeah, mine sounds a little more like Bernadachi. There's quite a large volume of reports here. Wow. These are all case reports. Yeah, it's like a graveyard of police cases. I guess my sister's case report is in here too. Quietly gathering dust. Should we look at the elephant in the room? Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says, Unsolved Cases. Evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick, the file for DL6, it's completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Von Karma. You. How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team. He does look really sickly from the front. I beg your pardon, you see. I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me. Needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor.
Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second rate. Mr. Von Karma? You had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney. Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did. But what I don't get is this. Why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Oh, I'm sorry, you already think that we can call Phoenix a stupid fuck in this scene? He hasn't even done the stupidest thing yet. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. Oh, he fucking knows. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know it's not the point right now, but you want to live in a world where it's socially acceptable to dress like this. Yeah, it's not even like Von Karma has a suit on with a jabba like, you know, Edgeworth does. This man's got a fucking full-on turquoise brooch, embroidered panels on his suit, a vest with multiple colors on it. Like, oh my god. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Hey guys, are you ready to see the stupidest thing Phoenix Wright does in the entire trilogy? Are you? Are you sure? It's time. This is how we need to progress. I hate that I have to do this. Show him the badge? You want me to show him the badge first? Sure. Fool. You think I, a prosecutor, would give you a defense attorney information? Bah. Creep. Okay, yeah, unfortunately, we need to show him the stupidest possible piece of evidence that you would show the person that you know is probably guilty. Here we fucking go. Why would you ever do this? Why would you ever do this? If you were in a case and you knew that the prosecutor you're up against caused the man who's actually guilty to slaughter some defense attorney, is probably at fault for what's going on with Edgeworth's trauma, and this is the only evidence you have, and you haven't shown it to an actual cop yet, you do this. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. Well, sweet mother of fuck. Okay. You really are like redacted, you know that? You really fucking are, my dude. So you admit it. You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick? What is that thing? It's a fucking taser.
A stun gun for self-defense, usually. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now give me the letter. No. No! Wow, what are you... Nick, run! Ah! Maya? Maya, this is how you get sued. Felony time. He got us. The letter's gone, of course. And you took the DL6 evidence. All of it. Phoenix, why are you so fucking stupid? Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes. Maya! The letter, did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah, are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. Dude, you're like 100 pounds soaking wet. Of course you fainted. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or as a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when he need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Oh, sweet mother. Oh, God, I wish we knew a therapist for everyone. Maya? There has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya... She's holding something. What is that? Oh. A bullet. Oh, sweet mother of God. DL6 incident evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. And it still bears clear ballistic markings. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Oh, sweet God. We have nothing. We have no evidence. Von Karma stole all the evidence. We have no new witnesses, aside from maybe the fucking parrot. We're screwed. We're so screwed. This is literally the stupidest thing Phoenix does in the entire series. You didn't have to show that to him. You could have just brought it to Gumshoe. December 28th, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Including my incredible lack of evidence. At least we still have the photos and case files. He didn't rob us. When all else fails, throw bureaucracy at your enemies. Well, it's all we got at this point. Ugh. What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya.
Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Oh, he's gonna push him too hard. Whoa. What are you doing? Sorry. I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya. Maybe you should go outside and just charge. Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, pal. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How'd it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. So, in reality, the only one who really had a productive investigation day was Gumshoe. Not us, only Gumshoe. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Oh, thank you to Angelic Guardian for the follow. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, it felt pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name, but that has to be a lie. Hey, you hope the stream is going well? It's good. Phoenix is being rather stupid right now, but hopefully he does not continue to be. We have what we need, hopefully. Why would he want to get revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. You're happy to be here? Did we get Missile, by the way? We did. We took Missile out. You can see it in the VOD of the last stream, and he ate all of Larry's hot dogs, which was very cute of him. Gumshoe is the biggest himbo, but Phoenix is a solid runner-up. It would seem so. Oh boy. Yeah, Missile has been the light in the darkness in this case with a lot of plot twists and trauma. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna take a sip of water before I have to do the Von Karma voice again, which I don't know if you heard it, Angelic Guardian, but it's stupid. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma. Your opening statement. You had someone do an actual vampire voice for him, the blah blah blahs included. Oh god, I think the description of what chat asked me to do for Von Karma, mixed together, is, over-exaggerated villain voice, Robbie Rotten, and, the intonations of Dracula from Symphony of the Night. It's about as, like, stupid as possible. Initially, they were like, oh, do a Mickey Mouse voice for him, but I couldn't do it without laughing. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, that caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Oh, that's suspicious as hell. Why would he want us to cross-examine him? My voice from him sounds like Faramis from Mobile Legends. I'm not familiar with Mobile Legends, but I will take your word for it.
Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
It was kind of a compromise. No joke, it actually does. Well, thank you. I suppose I'll take that as a compliment of some sort. The problem was, I'm a soprano. I don't have a particularly strong lower vocal range. I know I cannot do, like, the deep bass voice that Von Karma has in all of his voiced lines in this game. So I was just like, might as well just ham it up, right? Oh, here he be. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. You might try to do that for your stream of the game, but it'll probably end up comically bad. I think it's alright. I mean, a lot of voice acting is just practice, my dude. You just gotta keep doing it for your streams, and you'll eventually start to get the hang of it and get more comfortable with the voices that you have and can do well. I also highly recommend you do vocal warm-ups at the start of it. First, because if you're gonna stream for like 2 hours or more, just like warming up for physical activity, you're gonna want to make sure that you're nice and ready. But also because most vocal warm-ups help you prepare like your upper and lower registers, your chest voice, your head voice, and especially get you comfortable with just letting it out there beforehand. So that way if you try to go high-pitched, it's not, you know, too much. 4 hours at a time? Yeah, I do usually 2 to 5 at max. In addition, he currently has lost memory of his name and identity. Witness. Why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. Why I left court. I'm really sorry about leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I, went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with the incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Oh boy, okay. Let's do our traditional stream pre-cross-examination save and get ourselves to work. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. You still maintain this guy looks like Cheech. He really does look like Cheech. I think it's the beard and just the facial structure. Where do we begin? I think we're gonna start here. I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. You witnessed it. You witnessed the murder. You said so yourself. Your actual dialogue contradicted what Larry said yesterday. Like, dude. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yup, seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. Ugh. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old Cooger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. Oh god. I'm going blank on where I'm supposed to be pressing here, but... If we had the letter, it would be so easy. Yeah. It would be great, wouldn't it? Let's just start pressing. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to get the same thing over and over till the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes? Yes, Your Honor?
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory or lack thereof into question.
Infallibility of the witness is also an element of satire here. The metal detector and bash Von Karma with it. I think we'd get in trouble for that.
But does this really have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies.
Order, order. Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who the witness is?
Phoenix, you have no proof. Alright, Phoenix, I guess we're doing this. Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, now this is interesting.
I would like to know myself. So who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us the witness's name.
It's Yanni Yogi. Everyone else here is either in prison or dead. Chekhov's parrot. Yeah, I'm awaiting Chekhov's parrot. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi. That name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident.
It figures the judge would have heard of it. I'm sure it was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? Fingerprinting? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you gonna prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense.
Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why, the witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yup.
What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past?
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No?
Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? Oh, bitch, I will cross-examine this parrot. Don't test me today. It seems the case has been decided now. No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. You hope I don't mind purring cats watching my stream. I do not mind at all. I have my own cat, actually, though he is currently still on top of my kitchen cabinets, taking a nap. Occasionally, sometimes you might hear him come by. But my mic is usually very good about not picking up the background noise. Nick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What should I do? Well, Mr. Wright. Her name is Alani. She's a total sweetheart. Yeah, Jax is currently not chewing the power cable for my computer. Last week we had a lot of stream stuttering, and I wasn't sure why until I checked and I saw these little cat bite marks on my computer cable. Yeah, my boy is Jax. He's almost 2 now, and he is a gigantic black cat. Perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, Bitch, don't test me. I'll do it, and you know I will. Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Nick, you can't do this. This is so stupid. Your Honor, the defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take Mr. Von Karma up.
On my proposal. Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's parrot. Yeah, it was a very Von Trauma. Oh, I love that too. Very good idea, Von Trauma. Very good idea. Yes, you're not dreaming, chat. We are actually going to cross-examine a parrot. Honestly, as of Dual Destinies, I think this isn't the stupidest thing you have to cross-examine. We can call him Von Trauma. I don't mind. We call a certain character in Persona 5 Royal Mr. Egg, so... We clearly don't necessarily care about giving antagonists respect on this channel.
Order, order. Well, what do you think, Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
Wait a second. You are the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest.
Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, I hope you're ready for the consequences. Yeah, you'll commit me with perjury. It's fine, Maya, I'll bail you out. Nick, this is crazy.
Well, still wanted to go through with your little game.
I mean, what other option do we fucking have? We're cross-examining the parrot. Let the parrot take the stand. Oh, I love how this is like the most serious, dark case so far in the series. It's deeply emotional and rooted in my favorite character's backstory. And parrot. Spy check says perjury is a very minor offense in Phoenix. You'll get off fine. You'll get like 1 hour of community service. Yeah, why not? Excuse me though, I need to go put my rainbow wig and clown makeup on. Oh, that makes me wish I still had my old, Katori icon. When I first made this channel, it was, Clown Katori was my icon. Actually, that was made as a joke about Persona 5 Scramble, now that I think about it. Literally all the way back when Persona 5 Scramble was only out in Japan. Before then, actually, we only had the demo, though I may have data mined the demo a little bit. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
This is the most ridiculous thing that I have ever heard.
Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Yeah, it was my very first stream ever, actually, was the Persona 5 Scramble demo. I couldn't read it very well because it was in Japanese, and my Japanese is about as good of that of a toddler, maybe. So we just ended up naming our character Aki, last named Ra. So we were Aki of the Ra family. It was very silly. But before I get too off track with that, let's cross-examine this parrot. Except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. We might need Ra's blessing on this anyway. We're about to go question a parrot.
That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name! The witness is ignoring me.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. And I want to make more Persona jokes, but I can't. Oh, your face when you first played this. Oh, it's quite a thing.
Ahem, very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us?
Who is your owner?
Hello? Hello? Ah!
Fuck. It only said hello. Oh, we're so screwed. Yeah, great testimony there, Polity. 10 out of 10. Oh, and Tyr. Tyr being the god of justice. Well then, here's hoping that that's in our favor tonight.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What can we do, Maya? Well, let's ask it if it's forgotten anything. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? Have we forgotten something? As I recall, 2 days ago. Polly, have we forgotten something? What? Don't forget DL6. What? Why the hell are they treating this like a normal person on the stand? Man, I don't frickin' know. If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly? Have we forgotten something? Hello? That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot. Something we forgot. Hello? Uh-oh. It's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright. Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. I mean, if he expected this, then at this point I kinda gotta take the L. He couldn't have restrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when asked if we've forgotten anything? Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. What did you do to the bird, Von Trauma?
Frankly, I can't believe you're speaking to the parrot.
Well, I guess we should try some information out of her. We need to show the judge that our owner is Mr. Yogi. Alright, well then let's try asking her something else. Okay, Maya, you talk to her, right, what do I say? What is your name? Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, what's your name?
Polly?
Mr. Wright, I think we've established this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Hold. Yanni Yogi, age 37. Court bailiff trapped in the elevator with the Edgeworths. Memory loss due to oxygen deprivation. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Oh, it fucking does, boys! Yes, it does. Ha! Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us the proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have is the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... Man, I can't imagine how painful this case would be if you didn't carefully check through all the evidence and notice that. Imagine just having to present everything and being so confused. Why didn't Von Trauma take that case file? I think he was too focused on taking, the letter and burning it. The DL6 case file.
That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is the proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to the parrot's name?
Suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide. See?
Indeed, it does say that, yes.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly.
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
I see. I guess that is possible.
Yeah, but what proof do we have? Alright. Bah! A mere coincidence, that is all. My granddaughter has a dog that she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? Which one of your child has a child? How many children do you have? Oh yeah, someone married Von Karma. He has children. Plural. Not all adopted either. You like to think 3? I think 3 sounds reasonable, yeah. I mean, he looks like... Does Edgy have a daughter? No, thankfully no. Edgeworth does not have a daughter. For now. She's only 7 years old.
Indeed.
You bet he says racist things at the Christmas dinner table. Given his attitude so far, I think he does worse.
Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence.
Where am I gonna find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can get one more piece of evidence. Right. But what? Let me check this again because I'm pretty sure I've got it. Yeah, I got it. So chat, is this a Giorno Giovanna situation where the mother got super drunk on vacation to Egypt? Unclear? Probably divorced? We don't actually know about his wife. She could have divorced him, she could be dead. We don't actually hear about a Mrs. Von Karma at any point. I can't tell you more about his children because they may or may not come up again. Right, but what?
Very well, witness. You may continue.
Hope she got a good portion of his money. That would be a better ending than if she passed away, so let's just say that he was divorced. Oh, unfortunately, if she did divorce him, she did not get the children. Heh. As much as I wish. Hence, that's why I always assumed that she passed away. Yeah, poor kids had to deal with Von Karma. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? What is the safe number? Maybe I'll get her to say the safe number. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228.
My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
So, chat, you may have noticed that I poked around in that file again, exactly a date. You may remember what day it is in game. December 28th, 2016. Exactly 15 years after the DLC in 6 incident on December 28th, 12/28. At least in American nomenclature. I'm sure the Europeans playing this would be very confused. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. Okay. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
Same thing as last time.
The DL6 case file.
They actually reformat the date for the European versions. You've been learning French watching Phoenix Wright. Oh, well, thank you, Spy Check. I had no idea.
What is the obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related to the safe number? It's on the first page, I checked, the case summary. Ironically, this could have been DLC. You recall this case? No, this case was not the one added in the DS version, actually, Glebov. In the original Game Boy Advance version, the fourth case was the final case of Ace Attorney 1. This was the last case. The case that was added to the DS version of Phoenix Wright was the one that's after this one, the fifth case. There were originally only 4 cases in Phoenix Wright 1 and 2. Good to hear the stupid puns are preserved, indeed. A lot of Asian countries do their date formatting as year, month, day, rather than date, month, year. Interesting. The case summary. Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident. December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah, yes, we moved from court corruption to police corruption. Yeah, so the final case in this game, Rise from the Ashes, correct? The one we'll get to probably starting tomorrow. It was different. Dick-tective is Gumshoe's French cousin. Oh, Dick-tective. Oh, I like the French puns. He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Bah! This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM's card's number to 0001 because I am number 1.
Von Karma, you dumbass, you don't say that in court. You're gonna get mugged on the way out of here and someone will steal all of your money.
This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing!
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that is all.
True, that is a possibility. However, 2 coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Holy shit, the judge believes us. Witness, tell us your name.
Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember.
No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick? He looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Jesus Christ. Well, let me ask you again.
Please state your name for the court.
Posture really does make a huge difference.
My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Order, order. Yanni Yogi. So it was you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death?
Yes, it was me. I did it.
They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol.
Yogi, please tell me you have a copy.
The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on the matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Shit. Well, fuck you, Von Karma. Alright, now we gotta figure out deal 6, I think.
Von Karma.
Where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is
innocent, in this case at least.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Eat shit, Von Karma. I mean, we're so screwed, but eat shit also.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Is it? Fuck. Edgeworth, please. Edgeworth, please don't do this to yourself.
Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth!
Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all.
As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick? Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad. Hello? What do I do? Edgeworth, stop! The judgment already is in past. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. This has vibes of a certain redacted scene in P5, and it makes me want to pull my hair out just as much. Ugh. This makes me wish I had, like, an Uzo shot or something so I could be like, okay, chat, let's do this. I'll drink water instead. I can't say anything about it. Because if I give details, it'll be obvious what I mean. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
Edgeworth, what the fuck are you doing?
For 15 years. I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yana Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Oh, painful. Everything was as clear as day. The murder, the criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me.
You think Von Trauma planned this for years to make Edgeworth the fall guy?
Order, order. This certainly is unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how we should deal with this.
It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
I have no idea how to pronounce your name. Archaeozoologia? Archaeozoologia. Archaeozoologia. I'm a little bit dyslexic, I'm sorry. Miles with the injection code is very unique. Thank you for the follow, though, even if you're zoologia? Yeah, probably zoologia. Yep, okay. I'm sorry that names and I'm very bad at reading, apparently. But thank you for the follow, nonetheless.
We try this man for the crime of 15 years ago.
It's Spanish. Okay. Thank you. That's the reason. Alright. It's probably not the reason. I just have difficulty reading things sometimes. That is entirely not on you, for the record. But for now, we have to deal with the very ending of this case. No stress whatsoever, chat. Nothing concerning going on here or anything like that. Alright, I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Alright, Edgeworth, we're gonna prove you innocent if it's the last thing we do tonight. Probably will be. Remember when this case was about a lake monster? December 28th, 2:24 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. You weren't expecting someone to be doing a stream of this game? Yeah, actually, I mean, I know it's 20 years old now, but, you know, I love this game. And I really like, RPGs and visual novels, so I figured it would fit with what I usually play. And welcome. Please enjoy my ridiculous voices. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth. I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad. I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. You were also 8, though. This is crazy. Just crazy. Nick? What are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. Does Japan not have juvie-type laws? No, they do. You can actually see a little bit of that in Persona 5, but Japan has an age of culpability, just like everywhere else in the world. And those of people who are under that age are often treated more kindly. Also, yeah, I'm not sure how manslaughter laws work in Japan, but I know that at one point they were considering making the age of culpability earlier. But they never did that. So it's certainly way above 8. And yes, Akira, who is just on probation after committing assault. Committing assault. Very large air quotes. I know he didn't do it in Persona 5. You hope I play DGS Chronicles? You need to buy that game so hard. Oh, you bet we're going to be playing DGS Chronicles. I'm actually planning on streaming this whole series, probably. At the very least, the original trilogy, but I own all of them. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. I don't believe him. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth. But I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Just trust me. Right. We're gonna save Edgeworth. I refuse to not. I refuse to lose this case. I could not emotionally handle that. December 28th at 2:30 in the District Court, courtroom number 3. We're gonna do a quick save at the start of this section. To be fair, in the future in a country with a 99% conviction rate, you can see why they went this direction. Von Trauma did what we call a pro-gamer move. Yeah, see, I think the thing is, it's not just based on the Japanese court system, it is inherently a satire of it. And I say satire and not parody because it's not humorous at all. It stares in the face a system which has a 99% conviction rate and says, you would essentially call someone like Edgeworth guilty.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted to his own guilt. He has confessed to his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I would like to run this one by the book.
What the fuck are you planning? I see. Does the defense have any objections? Yeah, this is the direction the system is going type of thing. Yeah, I see what you mean. Because realistically, even in modern Japanese society, if you were 8 years old and you accidentally caused someone's death, you would not be given the same punishment as an adult. No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Oh yeah, the OST is fantastic in this game. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Here we go. Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about this dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. Time to cry. Oh God, I'm gonna try not to because I'm streaming and I don't want to completely clog up my voice, but I might. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream. We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen ran out and I lost my memory of the events.
Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Hold on. I think we got something. Let's start here. Back in this file that Von Karma is going to tell me I'm fucking obsessed with. One bullet was found in his heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Edgeworth only remembers one shot. We're going to start there. Okay. We got this, chat. We're going to save him.
Yes, Your Honor.
That and, you know, the whole gunshot in the door thing when the body was clearly laid up against the side wall. I'm sure we'll get to that eventually.
Heavy fell at your feet. You picked it up and threw it. You wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot.
Let's start here. The second time no one can count in the same case.
The gun fired once. Yes, I think. After I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream.
Okay, yeah, it's victim data. Victim data is the page? I'm fairly certain it's victim data. Yeah, victim data. Okay, because Von Karma's gonna make us specify because he's a bitch. Present. I don't know why I left the present page. I keep thinking I'm on DS and I'm just checking the court record.
Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor, unfortunately you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging on that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence. Unless you can tell us what page it is on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? The victim data where it said the gun was fired twice. Look at the victim data on this file. It says quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Thank God Gumshoe made us a copy of this. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when the second shot was fired. Fuck. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot has anything to do with this incident. What?
I see.
Actually,
We do have evidence it was shot that day, don't we? I brought it up before, but there must have been 2 gunshots. One of them hit Gregory, one of them hit the door. First of all, I do not wholeheartedly believe that, well, A, there's a problem with it if the same gunshot hit him and the door. If you look at this picture, you can see that there's blood on him and on the wall and floor behind him. There is no blood on the window of the elevator. Just what could be an entry or an exit hole. We don't know. Meaning that there was a gunshot that was fired through the door and one that was fired into Gregory. Those are 2 completely different bullets. They have to be. Or there would be blood splatter all over the door of this elevator.
You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we've heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired has something to do with the case?
We do. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible.
Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have evidence of the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
We do. Look at this photograph. Insert Nickelback joke here. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago.
I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So let me get this straight. This proto proves 2 shots were fired. Where?
Your Honor, please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. There's a bullet hole in the door. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see a bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We know the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired the second shot. Oh, someone did.
Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, We must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else have been?
The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file closely. Try the case summary page.
Okay. No clues found on the scene. Wait. Who the fuck has the gun? Excuse me? Wait.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found.
It's in you, isn't it? It's a part of you now.
Why? Because the second bullet does not exist.
Well, we have one from Edgeworth's heart. No, the bullet we have was from the victim, actually. I think the other bullet's in this guy.
The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
What else do you suggest made the bullet hole?
Order, I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely the police merely overlooked this second bullet.
So all we have is the single bullet fired. You suggest that a very aggressive wasp made the hole in the door?
I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet doesn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it, I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think that it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick?
Well, it seems we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Let me object already, goddammit.
Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though it was not your intention?
Yes, I did. Oh no, he's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce the verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now.
Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Just don't eat poison this time, dumbass.
Mr. Wright?
I have an objection.
Fuck it, we're objecting anyway. Your Honor, I object.
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no.
It must exist. The second bullet.
What? What did you just say?
Nothing. The second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor.
The second bullet, it existed. What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who?
Yeah, it's a really good thing we have something that detects metal on us, isn't it?
The murderer.
The murderer? Then tell us just who is this murderer.
I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some need for the murderer to search for the bullet?
Oh god, this is a weirdly put together. Well, he didn't need it. He didn't need to take it because he got shot, didn't he? Why would the murderer have spent time looking for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Bah! The murderer had no reason to take the bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it is true.
Had to take it. Had to take it. The murderer. What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer.
The bullet hit the murderer.
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there, you know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's what really happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime.
Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean
the murderer came from outside, yes. Man, why is the judge allowing all this? The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot defy the possibility of what you say.
Yeah, that coat does look real familiar, don't it?
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved in the incident was wounded. There is no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy. Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Should I come out and say it now? Oh, sweet mother of Jesus. Is there even a potential for a better time? Fuck it. I mean, we gotta do it now. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this certainly is interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, I'll save on the second file if it'll make you feel better. We already did it. Help Karma get Von Karma.
Who is your suspect?
Oh, my hands are shaking.
The what?
Von Karma.
Von Karma.
Oh, look at that smirk on Von Karma's face.
You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor, the one standing over there.
Bah.
You don't object.
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months, starting the date after the incident, yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery now. Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? I mean, if he couldn't have done it. There would be a witness then, right? Because then some rando doctor would know that he did this. The bullet's still fucking there. Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Ugh. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is.
It's no use.
Edgeworth?
I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness.
Nobody's that perfect. So? So what, Nick?
Well, we got a metal detector. Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can live with a bullet inside you for 15 years. In fact, in most incidences of surgery, it's much more about healing the damage than removing it. Plenty of people have bullets inside of them still. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. This little bit of Edgeworth going, "Fuck you, Dad," is cathartic. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove I was shot? Yes. I have a metal detector that I got from Gumshoe. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is a metal detector. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it's unlikely Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean? I do. There is a possibility that the bullet is still inside of Von Karma.
Is that even possible? For all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. Oh, there's that pose again. Gripping his shoulder. I refuse.
You refuse. But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside of you. Order, order, order.
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it, right here, right now.
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Von Karma, do you submit yourself to testing?
Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. It reacted. Something is inside of his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma?
You. It was you.
I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. Well, I mean, we got a bullet that we can match the bullet in your shoulder if you're so caught up on this.
But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I.
Mr. Wright, well, can you prove it? Can you prove the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
With no proof, he cannot convict me of any crime. Yes, but I can save Scum.
Oh, can I save Scum?
So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were close, one day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would try to dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. We have the bullet with ballistic markings. We could get the ones from your shoulder. That's a bullet.
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets, then if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth's. Take it out with no anesthesia. Oh my god. Chat, you guys are like intense. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to that of this bullet and solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait. I know. Help. I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. It's the scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma. Edgeworth! Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me. So, it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death. Okay. Jesus Christ. "15 years earlier.
Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
Von Karma,
It's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. You know how it is. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Also, fun facts all around, this implies that the chief prosecutor has some sort of corruption involved with them as well. I'm sure they'll never come up again. Ha, ha, ha. This bitch, yes, this bitch. It'll be a while, but I'm sure we'll hear of this chief prosecutor once more. Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I'd ever known. Me, penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all laying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol was at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a spirit medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge, what are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, God. The judge being nice kinda gets me, though. He's right. He was innocent this whole time. Thank you, Judge. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. This is the straight Tetris block clearing Edgeworth, Maya's mother, Yanni Yogi, and the last vestiges of this whole case. The judge does seem like a cool guy, overall, yeah. That is all. The court is adjourned. So, Edgeworth, we're gonna talk about getting you a therapist now, please. December 28th, 5:38 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you.
I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome.
I think you could have done better than that.
Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
She's got you there.
Woo! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month, but who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see.
Ahem. Whoop! He tried. He really tried.
I feel foolish.
You passed out at some point and you woke up to see the whole case is done. Oh my lord, my friendo. Oh, you have no idea. Von Karma was the murderer in the most convoluted way possible. Don't worry, take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
Hey, y'all. Lotta! Y'all were great in there.
Thank you.
No! Yo, Edgeworth, congrats.
Thank y'all very much.
I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar if no one was there.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh?
Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta?
Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer real quick.
Really? That's too bad.
Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park?
Huh?
It's over, Nick. My life is over.
Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now?
Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world.
You don't look sick.
It's Keon's. She's gonna live in Paris. Paris, Nick. It's the end of La La Land. She's leaving me behind.
Should have seen that one coming.
Yo, Itchy, there you are.
Yes, here I am.
Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration.
Celebration? That's unusual for you.
Harry Butts, you can come along tonight, too. My treat, pal.
Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right?
I think you'll be fine, Larry.
Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it.
Well, yeah. That's not strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. Oh, no. We haven't even gotten to the peak Shakespearean high comedy here yet.
It's $38, right?
We finally found out who stole Edgeworth's lunch money back in grade school. Huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly. Nick, wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38. No. No! Larry, it was you!
What are you so surprised about, right?
Huh?
Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect.
What?
Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came to school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember?
Yeah, too well.
Right. You may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
I know.
Really, Wright. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out.
Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events,
Edgeworth.
You should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes.
There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did.
Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist.
Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death. The death sentence for both of you. Man, if I had only known, I would have become a prosecutor.
The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be the criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Want to switch, right?
Hey, y'all. Line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time! Let's go!
And after that, dinner on me.
You can tell that this was originally the ending of the game. It feels very final. I know there's another case added on, but this is very much like the ending of the original story.
Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. December 29th, 5 a.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. Yeah, Phoenix got smashed. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. I wish it was that happy.
Goodbye? What time is it? The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station.
I guess I'm too late.
Hey, Nick? Maya.
So, you're leaving?
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Wait.
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes. Only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. It was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence you helped. Evidence? You pulled the bullet out of Von Karma's hand. A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he'd taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. You do like the implication that Phoenix has some spirit powers? Out of sheer curiosity, I wonder if that comes up with his, ancestor in DGS. I guess I'll finally get to see that this summer. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay. I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Thanks, Nick. Oh gosh. My activity feed acted like it updated, but it did not. That was very confusing for a second. And so my story ends. We turn a page and say goodbye to the novice defense attorney I once was. Now a new story begins. You're not crying. I'm not crying, you're crying. Yeah, it's... Don't worry, there's plenty of serotonin to be had in this series. And Maya did say she'll be back. She might not be back yet in this game, but I assure you she will be back. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Huh. Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim. Yes, Your Honor. I got a bad feeling about this. So, honestly, this was the original ending, and you can tell. Hey, pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish us a Happy New Year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Woo! Detective Gumshoe. Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. If the games are this episodic, then they can kind of blur together. The trilogy feels like a complete story of these people. Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. There's still a lot of credits to get through before we can finish our discussions of this. Who? Wright? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Well, Payne, you were technically the tutorial. You don't know whether you ship Edgeworth with Phoenix or Judge you, and you don't know if you should choose. I definitely ship him with Phoenix, but that either is good. Ah, the defense attorney who wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by before I get skinned by Redacted.
Ahem. Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright. Yes, me as understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Hasn't seen him as of late. Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Oh yeah, we actually haven't gotten to all the reasons that people ship Edgeworth and Phoenix yet. It's not just this case.
Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix.
Oh, and she's rambling. Also, no, you can be a star with a name like Phoenix. I raise you Joaquin Phoenix. I'm pleased to announce The Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a big deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know? Will Powers is doing well.
Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. Sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but I don't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living in anyway?
We will eventually see where Maya is living, as well.
Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Princess, alright?
But you gotta know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her, the one inside the Pink Princess suit.
Ugh, what a dog. I was kind of in shock for a boy of my tender age.
You have a headcanon that Edgeworth and Maya run a Magisteel Discord together?
Yeah, I remember Phoenix Wright, that lawyer guy.
Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. A paranormal photographer, you say? A lot of heart, spirit detective, coming 2022. There is actually a ghost in the photo she took. That picture is so sweet. So yeah, if you couldn't tell from the credits sequence, this was the original ending to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. The original ending on the Game Boy Advance version of the game had the credits roll there. It was just Case 4, Turnabout Goodbyes. Oh, somebody doesn't like the Blue Badger. Yeah, the hold it is to tell you that there's another episode from the Ashes. But I'm afraid, loves, we will have to see Rise from the Ashes and all the new characters it brings tomorrow before I go get my COVID shot. Fun fact, from this point you have not seen anything besides Case 4. Oh boy. Oh god, the amount of voices I'm gonna have to come up for tomorrow, it'll be quite adventurous. So, I will say, in terms of how episode 5 of Phoenix Wright 1 feels to me, I will say, like, before I leave, it feels very much like, you know, Phoenix Wright 1.5. But, you know, we'll see. For now, I'll see you all tomorrow, and we'll discuss then. Have a good rest of your night.